Hi everyone, my name is Marlo Torres, and my small group potentiality case study is going to be to create a program to support low-income families and assist them to have access to a variety of low-income services, focusing primarily on families of children in K through 12 grade levels. So the first concept would be to develop shared goals. On page 72 of the text, Rothwell explains in order to build cohesiveness in small groups, they need to develop shared goals. He states one aspect of cohesiveness is sharing a common vision. So, for this particular support group, the common vision or the shared goal would be serving the community out of love and faith and working towards the goal of helping the community members and low-income families of children in grades K through 12. The second concept is to accomplish tasks. So on page 98 of the text, Rothwell states, the rule of thumb is to select the smallest capable group of performing tasks effectively. Thus led me to my decision of choosing approximately 9 to 10 group members for the support group. And referring to Rothwell's task roles, which is on page 144, leads me to the third concept, which is 9 task roles that focus on maximum productivity. Page 144 starts off with the first role, which is the initiator / contributor. That role would be my role. Rothwell states that this person starts the ball rolling by offering lots of ideas and suggestions. So for instance, I created the idea of the support group to assist low-income families, and I would offer suggestions and areas of how we may help as a community. The second task role is the information seeker. The text explains the role as a member would take inventory of the knowledge base of the group members, and this member may also ask questions pertaining to how we as a group may help the community and help low-income families. The third task role is the information giver. So this member needs to communicate with the information seeker and advance the subject under discussion. So I found in the Strength Finder's text a characteristic or a strength that I thought would be compatible in this particular task role, which is strategic. A strategic member would be able to sort through the clutter and find the best solution. So the fourth task role would be the opinion seeker. Page 145 of the text explains that the opinion seeker helps the group determine where agreements or disagreements exist. The fifth task role is the clarifier / elaborator, which this role would be helpful in my support group in considering all of the factors of the issue of low-income families, and they would take in consideration minorities and come up with solutions and offer different considerations. The sixth task role is coordinator. The coordinator is a member that would assist in scheduling and assist with events such as fundraising, offering free breakfast and or lunch for the families, offer opportunities for extracurricular activities, for communication, sports, talent shows, etc. Thus follows the last 3 roles, which are secretary / recorder, the facilitator, and the devil's advocate. The devil's advocate would be beneficial in providing and considering alternative solutions. So my 2 theories, the first one is the structuration theory, which is on page 41 of the text. It is defined as when a small group establishes structure for such discussions and problem solving in the form of rules, norms, roles, and power distribution. Rothwell notes that each are entitled to change over time. Moreover, I believe that this theory would be critical in my support group because providing structures, rules, and regulations is important when you're working with children and families. The second theory that I chose is the symbolic convergence theory, which is on page 209 of the text. And this theory focuses on how people communicating with each other, can develop and share stories that create convergence, a group identity that is larger and more coherent than isolated experiences and individual group members. So, this theory is important because it may help members feel that they are comfortable and in a safe environment where they can express themselves and they can build lifelong relationships with all of the members in the support group. The fourth concept is diversity, which is an important element when working with low-income families. Rothwell states on page 76 that ethnic minorities constitute the majority of our population. In addition, majority of low-income families are ethnic minorities. In one of the articles, it's a scholarly article that I included in my research paper. It states that low-income ethnic minority children often perform more poorly as a group. Research provided that children whose families were living in poverty had lower overall scores than children from families having typical incomes. So diversity would be a major element when working with families coming from low income statuses. The fifth concept is establishment of meaning and identity, which also is important for the support group. I want to finish this and conclude with a quote from the Bible that I thought was important. It is 1 Thessalonians 5:11. It states, "Therefore, encourage one another and build each other, just as in fact you are doing." So I think that the goal is to support and offer encouragement for one another and working together in God's name. Thank you.